All right, wrestling fans, tonight is one of my favorite pay-per-views, the WWE Royal Rumble. And we are going to run down the card right now. Mike, take it away.
All right, let's get ready to rumble. With the first match on the card, we've got the SmackDown Women's Championship on the line. Champion Sasha Banks defending against Carmella.
Um,
Thoughts on this, guys?
you know who I actually really impressed me in this feud is Reginald.
Oh,
Carmella,
Carmella's little handyman,
her champagne pourer.
champagne pourer.
He's really athletic. He does like cool escape moves and stuff. Like I think it's a cool twist on the character. Anyway, we've talked about Carmella for the last few months. I think this is the time. This is the time that the trigger's getting pulled on Carmella. She's probably one of the most interesting characters on the show. Sasha can win the title back maybe at WrestleMania because she's been excellent as the champion, but I think this is Carmella's time. I look forward to this match. I think it's going to be a sleeper on the card.
Excellent, excellent.
See, I think I'm going to say that Sasha Banks keeps the title only because I don't know. I think that whoever wins the Women's Royal Rumble is going to challenge for the SmackDown's championship. So I'm going to say Sasha Banks. Mike?
Oh wow. Okay, I'm breaking the tie here. I've never done this, but I'm gonna take Carmella. Only because she has been.
All right, you take
about,
Carmella.
Okay, Carmella, and just for a little risk taking action at the Royal Rumble. So we got this. We got Carmella. All right, moving on. We've got the Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, I'm very much looking forward to this match. We got the champions, Asuka and Charlotte Flair, taking on the number one contenders of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax.
Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler are going to regain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship in this match because I really believe that Lacey Evans is going to cost Asuka and Charlotte the titles. Or Ric Flair.
That was my thought. Exactly. Lacey's going to stick it to Charlotte using her dad.
She's going to stick it to Charlotte and stick it to Rickett. That sounded better in my head.
Whoa. PG, people, PG.
I'm not even sure what to say on that, but I would agree with the Lacey Evans costing them the titles. I think Nia and Shayna need the titles more than Charlotte and Asuka. It kind of gives them an identity as a tag team. So I'm going to say that the title will change hands.
Well, I think you guys are right in a sense. I think Lacey Evans and Ric Flair will be involved in this match. Costing the champions their titles. Also, it will focus more on Asuka Charlotte possible feud in the future if Charlotte does end up coming out on top at the end of the pay-per-view with the Royal Rumble. But we'll get to that in just a few minutes. But I'm gonna go with Shayna and Nia on this one. So it's I guess unanimous. We're gonna hopefully see new women's tag team champions. I'm gonna go ahead and continue on. Now before I get to the two WWE Championship or the Universal Championship, there's nothing else has been announced. So we go WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre defending against Goldberg. You're next.
You can go first, Derek.
I really hope they keep this match quick. I hope Drew McIntyre wins, but something is telling me that Goldberg might win. Some feeling. I really hope that I'm wrong. But
the one stop shop here, you know what I mean? Like Goldberg coming in on Legends Night, he may take the title from Drew because it's that one moment where Goldberg will shine out of the 2021 year, and it's like
it's interesting though, because when you look at the title matches at the Royal Rumble, you kind of have to already have an idea of who's going to win the Royal Rumble, and
Yep.
I have no clue. Like,
I
for
like
the
that feeling though, because you don't know who's going to win.
This match, for this match, I have no clue who could win. So that's why I'm saying, like, who would win the Royal Rumble and challenge either Drew McIntyre or Goldberg? I don't know. And that's where this match kind of scares me.
Well, I have a theory.
Oh, and the professor.
And it's an out there theory. Because I know when this match starts, the Twitter hate is going to be massive. The train wreck is on its way. So it's like it's like watching that. It's just like watching an accident. You just can't take your eyes off of it. I think that Goldberg is going to win, but I think if they're going to do that, to me, and this is just me, Goldberg turns heel because the fans want to hate him anyway. And if he turns heel, who do you... This is just a theory. I'm going to predict this happens. It's probably not going to happen. If he was heel, who do you think would be a good representative for Goldberg?
Are you meaning Paul Heyman?
Yes.
Yeah, but he's on SmackDown and Goldberg's on Raw.
Paul Heyman can do double duty.
While
his big fish sits at home. Just go with
me
on this.
Goldberg wins the title and Brock... No, you go with me on this. Maybe you're right. Goldberg wins the title, right? But he is heel, but Paul Heyman doesn't represent him, and Brock Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble and comes back. And then we have Goldberg and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania again for, I think that would be the third time.
Except the roles would be reversed. But I'm not saying, let me get this out of the way. I'm not saying this is going to be a great match. I'm not saying it's going to be like anything where Uncle Dave's going to put 5 stars next to it. It's not in Tokyo after all. But I would say you turn him, if you're putting the title on him, you turn him heel. Then you have the rematch at WrestleMania where Drew takes the title back. So that's what I think's going to happen.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna weigh in here for a second, and I think.
Well, that's why you're on the podcast.
I think. Well, thank you for that, Derek. No, I wanted to let the professor speak. I mean, you can't interrupt the teacher, correct? But what I wanted to say was, I think, as much as I hate this, my theory is Goldberg may win that title, but the only heel is going to be The Miz when he cashes in his money.
Good one, yeah.
So why not have The Miz, get his due, and then whoever wins that, we all honestly know that Roman Reigns is going to be kind of the starlight, the spotlight at WrestleMania, right? Like he's the head of the table. He's doing this big thing, this big build up to Mania. SmackDown might be highlighted a little bit more. No offense to Raw, but it might be leading up to it. So here's the thing: you give Miz that cash in because he's been holding on to the damn briefcase forever, and you get him to cash it in. Goldberg wins. Miz cashes it in, wins the WWE Championship, takes that to Mania, and whoever wins, it doesn't matter who, either one of them fight. But
your dog disagrees.
I know she disagrees with a lot of things, but yeah, that's my pick. Goldberg, but Miz cashing in.
Didn't Miz tried to cash in, or he did cash in one of the last pay-per-views and then got his Money in the Bank back, right? So you're not wrong in saying that he could do that again. I mean, we all bag on Goldberg, but this does have weird intrigue to it.
I agree.
All right. So, all right, we go on to the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens in a last man standing match.
I think this is going to be a really good match. And this matches is more important than what the actual outcome is, because I can't see Kevin Owens winning it, as much as I hate to say it because I'm such a fan. However, I could see Roman Reigns going on to WrestleMania, continuing his reign. And like I said, I can see him and The Rock at WrestleMania.
I believe Reigns is going to win the match, and then Owens is going to join the table.
Owens joining the table.
You can't beat him, join him.
Wow. Wow.
Because he has that Montreal Samoan heritage.
No, you know, you can't
so
go against...
So does Paul Heyman.
Listen,
Paul Heyman's got that New York Samoan heritage.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but he also used to manage the Wild Samoans.
I know. But you always need more help.
I don't recall Kevin Owens managing the Wild Samoans, the Head Shrinkers, maybe Manu.
Yep. They need a bodyguard.
No, you know what? You're right. You're right, Matt. I think you're kind of right on that. If Kevin Owens doesn't join the table, then it's just another, another victim. But I can't go against Roman Reigns on this.
I say this as in, like, he's gonna lose 3 pay-per-view matches in a row. Then what does he do? He might as well turn heel and be with Roman and be involved in the main story on SmackDown. That's just kind of how I would look at it, depending on what you do with him. And I will say the Royal Rumble winner will face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And I will get to that in a second.
All right.
All right. So women's Royal Rumble.
That actually brings us to the Royal Rumble matches. Would you like me to run down the 10 women that have declared themselves for the Rumble at all? Or would you
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I have no clue.
Okay. So the 10 women that have declared themselves for the Rumble are Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, sounds like all tag teams already, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and Bianca Belair. Those 10 women have already declared themselves for the Rumble.
Late breaking news as we record this, Natalya won the match on backstage, so she will be number 30 entrant into the Royal Rumble.
Interesting. Okay, so that's another piece of the puzzle here. All right.
Well,
now
go ahead.
Oh, what were you going to say?
I said we know that number 30 never wins the Rumble.
Okay.
27.
There's been 30 number Rumble. John Cena did it.
There's only been a couple. Like, they pretty much every time somebody wins the 30 spot, which is usually a heel, they don't end up winning.
Okay. Guys, first, before we get to who we think is going to win the Royal Rumble, any speculation on any surprise entrants?
So the women's Rumble then.
Yes, we're still on the women.
Right.
We didn't leave. So I would say, judging by the way that Lockdown is, I don't think we'll be seeing Trish Stratus.
No.
Or any other Canadian woman. I could probably see Molly Holly, since she was on the Raw a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
I could see maybe what's her name? Alicia Fox could be a participant, as well as NXT personnel.
I think that'll be the big one. It's the NXT talent.
I think Shotzi Blackheart has a good chance of being in the Royal Rumble.
I will say Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Another one. I think she's going to win it. That's my pick to win it.
Really? Wow.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think she's going to come back. She's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble, and she's going to challenge Sasha Banks for the women's title at WrestleMania, or Asuka.
I mean, yeah, she does have the pick, right?
Well, I mean, if Rhea Ripley won, I wonder if they put the title back on Charlotte and have that rematch from WrestleMania last year.
I don't know, because they're really building this Lacey Evans match,
God help
and
me.
I could see that going for a little bit.
Well, Flair wants his WrestleMania moment, right?
Are we still talking about the surprise entrance, or do you want to?
No.
No.
I think
Who do you think?
who else can we, right? Like, give us who your picks are. I pick Rhea Ripley.
I'm picking Bailey. I think that's the one thing Bailey hasn't won, and then they can. I mean, you can revisit Bailey and Sasha at WrestleMania and end that one for good.
Yeah, that's true. And then, yeah, that's true too, Matt. I never thought of the Bailey one. You know what? I think I don't know any surprise entrance besides maybe would have been Becky, but I don't think she's ready to come back yet.
I was thinking about that too, because
yeah, me too.
Becky Lynch.
But I don't know, because if you bring her back, she would probably have to win and be back on the road in that, and I don't think that's. I don't even know if she's ever coming back like on a full-time basis.
Well, in fairness, they're not really full-time right now anyway.
True. So I think I'm just gonna play it safe on this end, and I'm gonna either I'm gonna say Alexa Bliss for Raw or Bianca Belair for SmackDown, because I think
pick one.
You'll get two.
You don't get two. Come on.
Why not?
This isn't like you're in high school and you get marks.
All right. So what?
Real world.
I'll take Bianca Belair.
Put on your britches, pull them up, and give us an answer.
I'll take Bianca Belair.
All right. Good pick. Good pick. All right.
But all right. So moving on, is that do you want to move on to the men's Royal Rumble? All right.
Yeah.
These 10 participants have already declared themselves for the men's Royal Rumble, and they are Shinsuke Nakamura, Otis, Big E, Randy Orton, The Miz, Bobby Lashley, the phenomenal AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Mustafa Ali, the Rated R superstar Edge.
And I got late breaking news from WWE backstage. Randy Orton is the number 1 participant in the Royal Rumble, and number 2 is the Rated R superstar Edge.
Unbelievable.
What a way to kick off the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, I also got, as we were doing this, I got a text message from our good old friend Ryan Dempsey, and he has a prediction for this Royal Rumble, so I'm just going to read it out right now. And he says that Edge enters at number 2 and wins tomorrow. So he's calling that.
He did do. Oh man, he is calling that. Wow.
Interesting.
That's it's a curveball. So before we give our picks of who's going to win, whether it's agreeing with Ross, about who could possibly be a secret participant or a secret or a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble.
Can I go first? Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead, Derek. Go ahead.
Okay, because I got one right off the bat. It's not going to shatter any earths or anything, but I think the Boogeyman's going to be one.
I mean, we already saw him. Yeah, it could be. Could be a good one. Matt, do you have anybody?
I bet the Fiend comes back.
Yeah.
You're gonna have your NXT, so
Adam Cole, baby.
That's exactly who I was thinking. You could probably have a couple people.
Well, I think I'm gonna feed off of that Adam Cole surprise.
Actually, I have another one too.
Might be the one I'm about to say, but I'm gonna feed off of the Adam Cole surprise entrance and say Pat McAfee. my best friend, my best friend. But I think he might be a interesting surprise entrant on the men's Royal Rumble. Just something to.
I'm going to say I got two weird ones.
Okay.
Well, one
Boogie
weird
Man
one.
wasn't weird enough.
I'm definitely going to say Booker T, since
Okay.
Bad Bunny is going to be playing his song at WrestleMania or at Royal Rumble. Sorry, but I could also see them throwing Bad Bunny into the Royal Rumble as doing a couple spots.
Okay. Matt, who are you gonna say?
Am I just out of touch that I have no idea who the Bad Bunny is until I seen this Booker T thing a couple weeks ago?
No, you're not out of touch.
No, he did, what was that? Who's that girl that, he did a song with,
because I thought there was a girl named Bad Bunny.
No. He did a song with,
That's the Bunny from AEW.
No.
He did a song with the girl. Who's the girl that took Nicki Minaj's place, basically? Her name. Whatever. I could see them working him into the Royal Rumble.
That'd be interesting. It goes along the lines of Pat McAfee.
Or even playing Booker T down to the ring.
Hey, how about this?
That could be something.
He teases going in the ring, and then they have the returning Master P.
Okay. Matt's disqualified from all future conversations now for the remainder of the night.
I moved up. I moved up in the ranks here. Okay, let's go, Derek.
The Professor, Mike Punga.
In all seriousness, I think Damian Priest will debut on the main roster in the Royal Rumble.
Interesting. Now, this is something I read somewhere, so it's almost a spoiler alert, but there's lots of talk about John Cena being involved in the Royal Rumble.
I also heard a kind of a rumor as well about possible entrant Jay White. I know that he was in talks.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
That would be like an AJ Styles type of entrant. So who's going to win, fellas? Who do you got pick?
I see this one's actually hard this year because you have a few people that I could see actually winning, but I believe it's going to be Daniel Bryan winning the men's Royal Rumble match this year.
Mike?
That's actually who I wrote down.
Well, then I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that The Rock's going to return and win the Royal Rumble and challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And if you don't like that, then I think the Brock is going to return, win the Royal Rumble, and challenge Goldberg at WrestleMania.
I don't mind. Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say, if either of those happen, that would be massive.
I'm squashing my own rumor because now that I think about it, Brock Lesnar won't be there because where does he live?
Yeah, he lives in Saskatchewan, but
in Canada. I can't see him flying.
He's also a U.S. citizen, so he can technically do that.
He can.
All right. Well, there's our Royal Rumble predictions. It happens tonight on the WWE Network. I think it's the last pay-per-view on the network before it goes to Peacock.
Yeah.
No, I thought they had a February one.
Next week, we will be talking about the fallout. Next week on the main show, we will be talking about the fallout from the Royal Rumble, as well as what happened on Raw afterwards in the week of WWE. So join us on the mothership called the Three Falls Podcast.
See ya.
See you later.